Bill Gates is running from the law. Before we begin, I want you to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to click on the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video, and you'll never miss a single video from us in the future. With that out of the way, let us begin with the video. Bill Gates, a man known for his philanthropist and being family-oriented man, has landed in hot water over his alleged affair with Microsoft employees. Could this be a reason for their divorce? Well, it turns out there were several reasons. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at Bill Gates and his resignation from the Microsoft Corporation. Did he resign on his own free will, or was he evicted from the board? We shall find out in today's video. Microsoft Corporation board members decided that Bill Gates needed to step down from its board in 2020 as they pursued an investigation into the billionaire's private romantic relationship with a female Microsoft employee that was deemed inappropriate, people familiar with that matter said. Members of the board tasked with the matter hired a law firm to conduct an investigation in late 2019 after a Microsoft engineer alleged in a letter that she had a sexual relationship over years with Mr. Gates, the people said. During the probe, some board members decided it was no longer suitable for Mr. Gates to sit as a director at the software company he started and led for decades, the people said. Mr. Gates resigned before the board's investigation was completed and before the full board could make a formal decision on the matter. Another person familiar with the matter said, Microsoft received a concern in the later half of 2019 that Bill Gates sought to initiate an intimate relationship with a company employee in the year 2000, a Microsoft spokesperson said. A committee of the board reviewed the concern, aided by an outside law firm to conduct a thorough investigation. Throughout the investigation, Microsoft provided extensive support to the employee who raised the concern. Now Bill Gates' representative isn't denying the alleged affair, a spokeswoman for Mr. Gates said. There was an affair of almost 20 years ago which ended amicably. She said that his decision to transition off the board was in no way related to the matter. In fact, he had expressed an interest in spreading more time on the philanthropy starting several years earlier. Mr. Gates resigned from the Microsoft board on March 13, 2020, 3 months after he had been re-elected to his seat. In a press release filed with regulators and post on LinkedIn, the billionaire said that he wanted to focus on his philanthropy and would continue to serve as a technical advisor to Chief Executive Satya Nadella. That same day, he also vacated his board seat at Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated, the conglomerate run by Mr. Gates' friend Warren Buffett. Now, what's at stake in divorce? A fortune that includes sprawling farms, Four Seasons hotels, and a rare Da Vinci notebook. Mr. Gates, 65 years old, and his wife Melinda French Gates, 56, announced earlier this month that they were ending their marriage after 27 years. In a joint statement posted by Twitter, the couple said, "We no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in the next phase of our lives." In a divorce petition, Mr. Gates said their marriage was irreversibly broken. Melinda Gates had been working with lawyers at several firms since at least 2019 to unwind the marriage, the Wall Street Journal reported last week. The couple hasn't said what prompted the split. One source of concern for Miss French Gates was her husband's dealings with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the journal reported. A spokeswoman for Mr. Gates said in 2019 that he had met with Mr. Epstein for a philanthropic reason and regretted doing so. Mr. Epstein died in jail in August 2019, awaiting trial on federal charges related to sex trafficking. Mr. Gates was Microsoft's chief executive until 2000, chief software architect until 2006, and chairman until 2014. In recent years, Mr. Gates continued to serve on the board and as technical advisor for Ms. Nadella even as he shifted his focus to philanthropy, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He continues to serve as a technical advisor for Ms. Nadella. In April 2019, Microsoft said it would change its process for handling employee complaints of harassment and discrimination. The company also said at first it would add additional training and boost the number of human resources, among other changes. Mr. Nadella announced the changes after women at Microsoft shared stories of sexual harassment and discrimination in an email chain within the company. The Microsoft spokesperson confirmed. Courts originally reported the email chain in 2019. Members of the Microsoft board became aware in late 2019 of the letter from the female engineer, who demanded changes to let her Microsoft job and also shared details of her relationship with Mr. Gates. The people familiar with the matter said, Mr. Nadella and other senior executives were aware of the women's allegations, some of the people said. Some board members asked about Mr. Gates dealing with Mr. Epstein, one of the people said. Board members were told the relationship was focused on philanthropy and nothing more, the person said. In December 2019, before the end of the probe, Mr. Gates was re-elected to Microsoft's board and annual shareholder meeting. As more became clear about the matter, board members were concerned Mr. Gates' relationship with the women had an inappropriate and they didn't want a director associated with this situation, especially in the wake of the Me Too movement, the people said. As part of her discussion with Microsoft, the employee asked that Ms. Gates read her letter, people with the familiar matter said. It couldn't be learned whether Ms. Gates read the letter or not. A Harvard dropout, Mr. Gates started Microsoft in 1975 with childhood friend Paul Allen and built it in one of the world's biggest companies, making the pair two of the planet's richest people. Mr. Gates married Melinda French, then a Microsoft employee, in January of 1994. Microsoft will always be an important part of my life's work, and I will continue to be engaged with Seta in the technical leadership to help shape the vision and achieve the company's ambitious goals. Mr. Gates wrote in a March 2020 LinkedIn post announcing his departure from the board. By 2020, the Gassettes were already in discussions to divide their vast wealth, and legal terms from both sides were privately in discussions with mediator to work out a separation, the Journal previously reported. The May 3rd divorce filing says the couple had agreed to a separation contract to divide their assets, a fortune estimated at $130 billion by Forbes. The Gates have said they would give away most of their wealth and have donated more than $36 billion to the Gates Foundation over the years. The couple said they plan to remain co-chairs at the foundation and jointly lead it after their divorce. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.